Hi, welcome to episode 2 of my commentary week. Now, the next commentary is based off a suggestion from Jerky Chide, who asked me to do a video on what pisses me off and what inspires me. Didn't really specify what, so I just kind of did a little thinking about it. And I've been thinking on how I should actually do this video. Should I pick one big kind of back topic where I could talk about on what each, or should I just run down lists of things I hate and what inspired me? Unfortunately, I think the list of things I hate is longer than what inspires me. Because, let's see, there's of course bigotry in all its forms, you know, racism and religious bigotry, sexism, homophobia. There's, let's see, what else do I hate? I hate reality shows. I hate Glenn Beck. Where should I start? Also, what inspires me? Let me get to what pisses me off first. Now, back in the 2008 Republican primary for president, Mitt Romney was asked, what do you not like about this country? Name something. And the master politician just went, I can't think of anything. This country, I don't know. I have no idea. I can't answer that. Yes, this country is so perfect. He had nothing bad to say about it. Not one thing, which it kind of amazed me. Yeah, I know you're a politician, therefore you're afraid to say anything controversial. But, you know, you're running on a platform of, you know, things will be better with me, so obviously think something's wrong. I mean, hey, go for one of the easy things, like, hey, racism is bad. You know, I think most people agree with that. Even racists don't want to be called out as racist in public. So that's an easy one you could have done. Or, hey, you're a Republican, you could have gone for one of your, you know, big bad things like taxes, of course, are just evil, or abortion, or, well, then, you know, if you know Mitt Romney, you know he once was pro-choice and now he's pro-life. So at the time he answered this, he could have just said abortion. I was like, yeah, easy. No, can't think of anything. So I guess I can understand his plight of trying to come up with something. Although hopefully maybe next time around you'll be able to answer that question correctly. Now, there's something that I've been thinking a lot about in the last couple of years, and I think one of the things that pisses me off most is ignorance. Now, when I was growing up, when I was a kid, and I'd hear people talk about ignorance as a problem, I took it as something not as bad as bigotry, not as bad as racism, that people, if they just understood, if they just had a moment of empathy that they could just see from some other culture's point of view or some other people's point of view, even in their own country, that maybe they wouldn't be such a heartless prick. You know, I'm kind of taking it to the point where, like, you know, these people, you know, if they just knew, they wouldn't be so horrible, and, you know, giving them the benefit of the doubt. But you know what? Lately, I've been thinking maybe it's a little bit more than that, because the internet is pretty much the answer to everything now. Literally, you can know anything just by a few taps on the keyboard. You can know exactly what's going on with the Koreas right now, why they're so pissed off at each other. You can know what has happened to the Super Collider. You can find out what Joyce DeWitt from Three's Company is doing at this moment. Not much. See, all this information is there, so therefore, there's really no reason for things like, let's see, what's my favorite example? Probably the death panel debate from the healthcare debate, which really did piss me off for a while. There was so much discussion of if there were death panels, and there obviously wasn't death panels. It speaks volumes to me that there were people dislike the Democrats and Obama and the idea of healthcare so much that they'd be willing to believe that they would have this sort of Superman the movie panel judging if grandma can get, like, I don't know, what do grandmas get? Abortions. In order to survive. But you know what I mean. No, it's very obviously stated in the bill what it was about. It was about the consultations doctors have with the next of kin, or even the patients themselves, of how serious the situation is and what to do. Either leave the plug in or take the plug out. You know, it's an option. It's just something that needs to be discussed. People are normally charged for that, and in the bill, it was going to be handled for them. That's what that was. But of course, people just chose to believe what they wanted to believe, and I could make several different examples of that as well. I just don't understand why people would want to be ignorant. I guess that's what pisses me off. Now, what inspires me? I wrote down a small list here. Any real original art that blows me away, and it can be anything. It can be a novel or a comic book, a song, a film. It really kind of knocks my teeth out emotionally. I remember walking out of Pulp Fiction for the first time, or Fight Club. I couldn't believe what I had just seen in both examples. Even in cases where, you know, something maybe has done before, but never in this way, and it just opens me up. That always inspires me. And women, just women, you know, beautiful, skinny, shapely, athletic women always inspire me. I don't know what to say. Just women usually cheer me up almost always, unless they're shooting me. And if they do it in a cool angle, I'll think, wow, that's awesome. But I think moments of selflessness really kind of inspire me a lot. And I tend to choke up when I see acts of heroism, like, of course, you know, the 9/11 stories that you always hear about. And occasional movies that portray this, maybe like, you know, the Saving Private Ryan film, for instance. People who put others ahead of themselves and don't even think about themselves. It's just the right thing to do. You know, there needs to be no special motivation to do the right thing. I remember back a few years ago, I think it was maybe 22 or 23 or something like that. I was living with my folks, and I was up late at night, and I heard a pop from outside, and I went to look out. And someone's car in their driveway across the street was on fire. It was on fire. I mean, it wasn't smoking. It was ablaze. And my dad woke up from this, and we both noticed it. We ran out and, you know, knocked on the door, and, you know, call the fire department. You know, before they even knew it. They were all asleep. You know, that car could have, like, the fire could have gotten worse and maybe caught into the house. I remember at the time I was telling this to a friend of mine who's a perfectly smart, wonderful person. She listened to me tell this story, and she told me, wow, I never would have done that. And I asked her, what do you mean? What do you mean? Why? What would you have done? And she told me that I would have just stared and watched it burn. It wouldn't have occurred to me to do anything. And that's the thing. It didn't occur to my father and to myself not to do anything else but help or call these people. And I'd like to hope that in larger circumstances I would do the same thing. Maybe riskier circumstances. At least I hope. And I am completely in awe of people who do. The shots of cops and firemen, running through crowds that are just running away from the big horror. That just kind of knocks me out whenever I see it. And it always chokes me up, actually, too. So I think those are probably, I hope those are good enough answers for you. I think that'll be it, so push the button, Lindsay.